This post isn't about plastic, so if you guys are gonna get mad about it, you can just scroll. Keep scrolling, okay? So in 2015, I went to Milan. And little did I know, they had the International Food Expo going on in Milan. I didn't know what this was, and I don't know if they still do it, okay? But essentially, it was a massive like convention grounds, okay? Like imagine, I don't know, like the Olympic fairgrounds, right? Massive, huge amount of space, and there were all of these different pavilions. And in every single pavilion, it was a country. And basically, they would be serving the food representative of that country, right? So like for Belgium, they had Belgium fries, right? And they also had like a silent disco. It was really, really cool. Mexico, you know, they served tacos and tequila, right? There was a whole house of that. Oh my God. And they were super stylized, and it would like teach you about the food of that country. It was absolutely amazing. Italy had a massive pavilion of tomatoes and different pastas and different dried meats. It was amazing, okay? But the reason that I'm telling you this story is because of how the United States was portrayed for the rest of the world and for me. And I got really, really proud being there, but I was also really surprised at how the United States was portrayed. So the United States pavilion was full of food trucks. So when you walked up, it was like a section, a parking lot with tons of different food trucks. And every food truck had a different kind of food. God, I'm going to start getting emotional now. And that is what made America different. Every other place in the world had just their one type of food, right? Japan just had sushi and udon noodles, okay? You know, and this is not, it's not like someone else was making this. This was obviously, there was like a coalition of chefs from every single country that got together and I'm sure spent months through many different approval processes deciding what their representative food was going to be and then served it. They just served it to people, okay? And so the United States was tons of different foods. It was barbecue, but then it was also, it was barbecue. They did have like, you know, barbecued pork ribs and stuff like that, traditional Texan Southern barbecue and cornbread. But then they also had Korean barbecue, right? And they had like the Mexican taco truck. And they had all of these different taco trucks in this pavilion, and all of them were totally different because that is what made America special, is that it was tons of different foods, but all of them, it was fusion, right? They were all inspired by each other and they created new foods that were way better. But that surprised me, and I also thought it was amazing. I thought it was going to be hamburgers and hot dogs when I got there. Like I really didn't know what to expect about what the American food was going to be, but it was delicious, and it was also so true. It's our differences that have always made us great, not just to each other here, but to the rest of the world as well. To the rest of the world, that is what they have viewed as American, is that anyone can come here and start over fresh, theoretically, build a life, and we would respect their culture, learn from it, and they would learn from us. And that it will always be our strength. And this will continue beyond these obvious threatening tactics, which mean nothing other than just show how scared they are. Because America will always be strong because of how different we are and how many different people and how many immigrants we have. And we always will be.